Good morning, guys. It's Leslie at Inskeep Bakers. Good morning, boys. Heading out to do my daily morning chores. Finally drying up. We can walk almost anywhere out here now. Probably a couple small spots with wet puddles, but I did put Sugar in a kidding stall last night just to let her get used to it. Her ligaments were about half gone. Sangria, you be nice to that baby girl. Well, her ligaments were about half gone, but they were not even slightly squishy. Good morning, ladies. Just trying to let Sugar get used to it. Huh, lady? Ooh. What'd you think of that kidding stall last night? Yep, we'll check you, and if you're good, we'll let you back out, okay? All the big kids in their stall. All the little kids. Whoa, guys. This is Classy's little boy here, the smallest one. I have been giving him a little bit of a bottle. I mean, he still chases Classy around and eats, but I just don't think he was quite getting enough. He kind of stood around with his head hanging down and didn't do much. Now he's really starting to kind of run around, and there he goes. Hop and actually act like a baby goat, so. Mazakeen. Foxy, that was my shirt. Mazakeen, are you happy to have your sleeping spot back? She loves sleeping in those feeders. All right, on to chores. I have CDT shots for the next 4 that are due after Sugar. So we have Sugar's due any day now. We're keeping an eye on her. I did let her out. She still had some ligaments left. They weren't really soft. They were just really thin. So our next ones due are Destiny, due around 3/26. Taya, I have her as 3/18, but that's just her first possible date. I did not see her bred, so I do not have an exact date for her. And then Foxy is due 3/28, and Sangria is due 3/29. So they're all going to get their CD&Ts. Same thing as we've done in the past. I'm probably not going to show each one of them, just because it's the same thing over and over again. Then when I go inside, I will show you guys. We did give Copper Boluses. I have to go back and look. I don't remember exactly the date, but it's been a couple weeks. We have been fighting with copper and zinc deficiency for a while. To begin with, the Replimon was taking care of it, but it just wasn't enough anymore. I don't know if we're necessarily in a deficient area that's, like horribly deficient. I know we're kind of in a low selenium area. But We have some really hard well water, pretty nasty. And my understanding is the iron and the sulfur in the well water makes it very hard for them to absorb certain minerals, vitamins, you know, things like copper and stuff like that. So between their loose minerals, the Replemin that we were giving them, it just still wasn't enough. So then I now decided that we'd go ahead and try the Copper Boluses. I didn't film it, it was a weekend, just trying to get it done. And that was interesting. It's kind of you got to get it just right with the bolus gun down the throat for them to open the throat, for it to go all the way down to their rumen, and then it slow releases. So I'll show you those capsules when we get in the house and the bolus gun, but let's just say it didn't go very well. Some of them it went right down, others ended up chewing theirs up, some of theirs spit it out, and I had to try to put it back in multiple times, and so everybody got somewhat of a dose. We'll see how it goes. They say every 8 to 10 months. If you're, you know, really deficient, some do 4 to 6 months with our well water and with how bad some of them were. I have a feeling we'll be more in the 4 to 6 months, but we'll see kind of if the bolus helps them kind of come around. Some of them, like hers isn't bad, but some of them have really dry, brittle coats, you know, just like really faded. They look sun bleached, you know, and some were having issues with parasites that we just couldn't, you know, seem to kick. Some of them just kind of get really thin. I think maybe that is what Moscato's issue was just not being able to put weight on her between being pregnant and the copper deficiency. But I don't know, we'll kind of see if that bolus, you know, starts to make a difference. And if so, then we'll just kind of keep an eye on him and figure out how often we need to give it. But that's one CDT down. I got 3 more to go. Okay, here I have, sangria. You might not be able to tell it in here, but her coat is kind of, not brittle, but it just kind of feels dry. So this is one that Copper Bolus, hopefully we'll notice a difference on. That's 2 down. Troubles dough, using kind of the creep feeder kidding stall. There's who's hanging out inside, looking for more food. Classy's little guy here, now that we've been kind of supplementing him with the bottle, has enough strength now to jump up on top of the stool. And I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but Remy is probably a good example of needing copper. I don't know, not sure if she is just kind of blowing out her cashmere undercoat, but she's super fuzzy. Maybe that's the way she always is. She's new to us this last July, so I've never seen her in a winter coat, but her coat just kind of looks dull. It's a lot of that cashmere coming out. Maybe that's why some of the does didn't settle this year. I'm not really 100% sure, but we're gonna see if that helps. Like Bean looks pretty dull. Her coat just kind of seems dry, and she's one that I don't think is bred, but we'll see. Foxy there next to her here. Can you not eat my camera? Thanks. Foxy is another one I need to get a CDT on. So once we're done with everybody's CDT, then we'll go outside and check out everybody hanging out there. Got Foxy up next. When I bring him in, I'm just giving him a little bit of chaff hay just to occupy him a little bit. Take their mind off of it. That one burned just a little bit. I'm sorry. Eat your chaff hay. You'll be okay. So Foxy has only ever had twins every year. I think the first year was 2 bucks. Then I think we got 2 does, and then a buck and a doe. And then last year she had 2 bucks again. They're all fuzzy. But this year her ultrasound looked like definitely 2, possibly a 3rd in there. She's looking kind of wide for still having about 3 weeks to go. And she's got 20 days. So fingers crossed for some does. She was bred to Renegade, one of our new bucks that we got. So we'll see. All right, our last CD&T for today is the fuzzy Taya. She is got her cashmere undercoat. It's really starting to shed. So that's what that is. I don't know if it'll come into focus or not. But that is cashmere. And it sticks everywhere. Taya is a goat from the new herd that we got in July of last year. You can see here by her head, this is all cashmere. It's kind of what Remy looks like, but her whole body looks fuzzy like that. She didn't even flinch. Okay. So I will let her finish eating her chaff, give her her animal cracker, and then we'll check out everybody hanging out outside, and then back in the house. All right, done with chores. Here's who's hanging out inside. There's Mazikeen, a couple of the babies, Trinity, another bottle baby. There's Little Bits, stealing alfalfa from the kids' stall, and Taya. Are you busted? Eating the kids' alfalfa? That's okay. And then we'll take a quick walk outside. Oh, I better put this bucket down or they're gonna attack me for it. Sangria's laying right in the way. And here's everybody just hanging out outside. See, this is Remy. See how fuzzy she is? She'll let you see along the side of her head. And then this is all just her cashmere. What are you doing, Shugs? They're definitely softening up. Let's see if we can catch her again, just to get a little bit better feel. Hi, Remy. You happy to be back over here with the rest of the ladies? Cupid and her kids. Hi, Ritzy. Scotto, a couple of hers. Latte's kids all trying to eat. All right, Sugar. Well, she definitely still has some pretty decent ligaments there. I think we'll go open their gate. You ladies coming? It's Destiny on the left. Got a bit of a waddle going on. And just Cupid and her kids. It's not worth getting up. Hi, piggies. Okay, well, they're all out here. I'm gonna head into the house. A bunch of the kids even came out with them today. more kids realizing that they're out in the field. It's a Pawnee's buckling. Fergie's buckling. Oh. This is Latte's big buck, and then Classy's doe. You not gonna go out there? Finish your nap first? Okay guys, I just come back in from chores and given my CDTs, and I wanted to show you the copper boluses that I gave to my goats. So this is the brand that I bought. It's San Juan Ranch, Santa Cruz Animal Health. These are the 4-gram boluses. These are for adults. I bought the big containers because, well, quite frankly, I have a lot of goats. So it was, I think I had a choice of 25 in a container or 100. I don't know if there was a 50 dose, but this will get me, for the adults, more than 2 boluses per goat. And they recommend 1 4-gram bolus per adult, but I wasn't sure as far as for the Nigerians, because a lot of stuff is for a standard size goat, but it does say by weight. So these are for goats over 50 pounds body weight and over 3 months of age. And it says that 1 capsule typically lasts 8 months to a year. But the issues that I was seeing in my goats, my understanding is that I will probably have to give more than, or more often than that. So like this says it's best if used by 2/2/24. Well, if I have to give every 6 months, this is 50 goats worth of boluses, so I mean, I'll use that up in no time. And then the kids boluses is 100 in this big container as well, but they're a 2-gram of slow release copper. And this one says for lambs and kids over 25 pounds and over 5 weeks of age. 1 capsule lasts 8 months to a year. So I'm not sure where, if I had looked it up online or what it was, but it was like up to a certain weight to give 1 4-gram to an adult, or you know, like these are up to a certain weight. I'll have to go back and look, and if I find what I was looking at, I'll put it up on the screen. But basically these are the boluses. So obviously the 4-gram adult is the larger. The 2-gram here is for the kids. So I mean, I don't have very big hands, but that's my you know, kind of the size of them, my finger or my pinky. And I gave them with a small plastic bolus gun, balling gun. So that is what I used to give them. It wasn't too bad for the big ones. I put a little bit of either probiotics or Replimon gel in this end of it, and then I stuck this in. And it's not too bad. I mean, these slide out easily, but if you have a little bit of paste in there to hold it, it wasn't too bad. The interesting part, the hardest part, was the kids, because they just, I don't know if you guys can see that, just kind of flop around in there. And theirs was the hardest to give. Some of the adults were a little bit difficult, but not as bad as the kids' little bolus. So that was what we did a couple weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I'll have to look. and I don't know that I've noticed a difference yet, but it's a slow release. They have to dissolve I think it's like a gelatin capsule on it, and then it's all kinds of little particles. I don't know if I can get it to... Just wants to zoom in or focus on my hand. Maybe. I don't know. It almost looks like mechanical pencil lead in it. Yeah, it doesn't want to focus. But you can see as I'm rolling it around, all those particles in there. So, some of them did bite them. So they probably didn't get as much of a dose as they needed, but to start, I figured it was better than nothing. And I think it's just going to take some practice for me to get it right. So that's what I used. Ultra Cruise. Small balling gun. And I couldn't really find anything smaller than this, so I mean, if there's something better out there, well, hopefully I can find it, because like I said, it was not the best experience, but it is what it is. So my oldest daughter is an FFA, and for one of their fundraisers, they sell strawberries. So every year I buy multiple flats to eat fresh, freeze, make strawberry jam, syrup, things like that. So we're going to, hopefully I can show you guys making some strawberry jam and things like that, but I just kind of wanted to get a shot of the strawberries. Let's see if I can. Oh, there's, well, almost a full flat. Obviously, one of my kids has been into them. I think Kaylee was making chocolate covered strawberries the other day. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I had a quarter, so 2 more quarts I ordered for everybody, and just kind of put stuff in together on full flats, a little bit cheaper for everybody. She sold like, I think, 27 flats, so I wanted 5 for us, and then there was an extra quarter on the ones that I had put everybody's orders together to make full flats, so I just took the extra quarter, and they've already eaten 3 quarts of them, so this is what we're starting with. Almost 5 full flats. Okay, this was 1 flat of strawberries. So I soaked them in some cold water, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and then spun them in my salad and berry spinner. This is for either the pigs or chickens, whoever gets it today. These are the better ones for fresh eating, or we'll probably slice some up, douse them in some sugar to make strawberry shortcakes. This is about 3/4 of a what is this, like a half sheet to go in the freezer for jams and things like that. My daughters have requested some sliced in the freezer to use for smoothies and things like that, but for taking out to make jam, whole is fine once they're cleaned and tops cut off. They're just ones that kind of had some spots, or I had to cut a piece off of them, things like that. So these will freeze whole. I'll make sure they're frozen solid, and then I'll take them out off the cookie sheet, put into bags, probably like vacuum seal bags, and then put them in the freezer for jam. I still have a little bit left from last year, so I'll get those out and make some jam. I think we're about out of canned strawberry jam anyway, and put these in for next time. We have 4 more flats to go, so that was just 1 flat so far. There's 8 quarts in a flat. So I just set the whole cookie sheet down in the freezer, and then once they're finished, these are biscuits, but I froze the dough before I baked them. Need to take those out. I do the same thing. I pre-freeze these, and when I put them in a bag they don't all stick together. And then these are whole strawberries from last year. I have, looks like a whole basket of them here. So we'll get those out and make a whole bunch of strawberry jam. There's probably some rhubarb in here. Maybe we'll make some strawberry rhubarb jam. Take these in and put these in a bag, and then stick them back in the freezer. And we're gonna set these out on top of the freezer in the garage, just because it's cool out there. Probably not quite refrigerator temperature, but pretty close. I need those to be completely dry so that we can put those in some quart or half-gallon mason jars and vacuum seal those, so they hopefully stay a little bit fresh a little bit longer to enjoy them. Hey guys, it's about 11:30. Hi Abel. I don't even think they can see you in the camera, it's too dark. But it's about 11:30. Going out to give the bottle babies a bottle and check on Sugar. I put her in kidding stall earlier. She has zero ligaments. They were like, just her whole back end was super squishy. Ligaments were gone. Belly's dropped even more than what it was. She must be mad at me. Maybe she will wait until the morning. Even if she does, I'll be up, probably at least every hour, looking at the camera on my phone and checking. Make sure she's not pushing or something, which means no sleep tonight, huh, Shugs? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna feed the bottle babies and then we'll check you. Okay, these guys all got their shares of the bottle. This is, whoa, Moscato's number 2, Moscato's number 3, Moscato's number 4. These were the 2 house goats. And this is Classy's little guy. And I got all the older kids penned up in the kids' stall for the night so that I could milk Moms in the morning. And we'll check Sugar as soon as I get all these bottle babies put back on that side. What's up, Shug? Let's check you. Huh? If there's ligaments, it's very, very squishy. Udder's not full. It definitely has a lot more milk in it than it did this morning. So I'm gonna say she'll probably give me till tomorrow, but we'll see. Yeah, you got full of babies, huh? Why are you eating my sweatshirt? So I will still be up, check her multiple times in the camera overnight. I'm gonna give her another flake of this alfalfa. The kids over there still have at least a half a flake. All of your leaves are falling on the ground, Sugar. That's the good part. That's the good part, falling on the ground. And I think that's it for the night. All right, everybody's tucked in, ready for bed. All the big kids are eating. Sugar's checked and ready. Ooh, that wind's a little chilly out here. Classy. Rosie's in the spool. Moscato, you were just inside. Taya's over by the feeder. And Remy there by the brush. The rest of them over here eating. And there's an Abel. Where's your brother? Probably in the topper, I guess. He's not in the topper. Where's he at? Oh, in his spot by the doghouse. Huh. There he is. Well, that's it, guys. Have a good day. See you on the next one.